My name is Gay Chui Hua, and I'm happy to be here to help Ray with his marketing testimonial. I have known Ray since 2007. I got to know him when he answered my advertisement for tenancy for my flat. So he contacted me, but then I said no because the profile of his tenants, I wasn't quite comfortable with it. So even though I didn't meet him at all, I did have a good impression of him. He came across as being decisive and confident, but more importantly, the interaction with him, it was very positive, it was very pleasant from beginning to end. And so when that tenancy for my flat ended, then I approached Ray. So since then, Ray has been my agent for more than 10 years already. And if I were to describe our relationship, I would say that it is one that is based on trust and respect after so many years. Actually, since using Ray, I've not used anyone else before, honestly, because I really didn't see a need for that. And I've actually also introduced Ray to my family and friends. I think Ray delivers both in terms of sale and then in terms of tenancy. I put up this flat for sale sometime last year, around September, October 2019. I was actually a bit concerned at that time because the timing wasn't good. In this area, there are actually a lot of very similar flats, both resale as well as new launches that were being put up. So there was a lot of competition. And then at that time also, there was concern also that there would be an economic recession. So the timing wasn't good, and to be very honest, I was actually quite concerned. And I did wonder whether Ray would be able to sell the flat. But he surprised me, and he managed to sell the flat in 1.5 months. Yeah, I don't know how he did it, but I think he does have marketing acumen. Because so far through not just the sale but our other transactions, he has delivered to my satisfaction. And now coming back to this house, I'm actually quite glad that I sold it because 2 months after signing the OTP, COVID-19 struck. If Ray hadn't sold my flat in 1.5 months, I think I would be stuck. I would be stuck not just with this flat, but with low prices. Yes, the service is good and professionally also. So both on the professional side as well as on the personal side. The personal side, to me, is important because when you enter into a relationship, with anybody, not just a housing agent, there has to be that degree of trust that is built up. And I think he has earned my trust. One thing does stand out for me, personally speaking, about Ray, is that I believe he's honest and he has integrity and he's reliable. Let me give you an example. My friend used him to rent out his flat, so they got a tenant. But this tenant proved to be actually quite difficult, and the tenant refused to service the air cons for whatever reason. But at the end of the tenancy, the tenant wanted to file a claim. So it was a difficult situation because the lady was actually extremely insistent. So what Ray did was he actually spent quite a lot of time talking to her and trying to convince her that there's no point going all the way to file a complaint because it's not going to do both parties any good. At the end of many weeks, of persuasion and convincing, the lady decided to drop her claim. So my friend was actually very happy and wanted to compensate Ray, for the time that he invested and the pain that he went through, to resolve this very sticky case. So she offered him money, to compensate him for his time. After all, this is still business, but he didn't want to take it. He said, this is all part of my job, So the money is given to him for his personal use as compensation, but he didn't want to take it because he felt that this was actually part of his job. And instead he gave the money back, so to speak, you see. So I think it says a lot about the person. And for me, it's very important to deal with someone who is trustworthy. And I know that Ray will also go out of his way to protect his client, as he has done so for me on a number of occasions. Yeah, and so that is why I do have this trust in him, and I don't quite worry too much or very much when he's handling my account.